This video has been out for more than a year, and I've never seen it until just now. Thank you for those who bring these things to my attention. I've never seen it. None of us have seen it. But I've been watching it, and I'm about to break this bitch down.
Guys, it is slowly coming to you today with a very heartfelt message. So I just want to state I have been working on the Darlie Routier case for about 3 years.
Now, she says that she's been working on the Darlie Routier case for about 3 years, right? This video was posted on February 15th of 2024. There's been times after that where she said she's just now getting into the case. She's only been on the case about a year. She's just now reading the trial transcripts. Stuff like that. I can go back and get those too. This bitch is a liar, is what she is. She's a fucking liar, and she plays the victim. That's what she does. So let's listen.
Now, and there are obviously a group of people that believe she's innocent, and there's a group of people that believe she is guilty. That's fine. Everyone is entitled to their opinion. But what is...
You're entitled to your opinion, but you're not entitled to our facts. We have the facts on our side. Just like you, I've got where you posted where you said those glasses that you have on right there cost $20,000. Oh, and you opened this can of worms, not me.
Started happening is this bullying campaign.
There is no bullying. When you tell someone that you're going to publicly embarrass them, that's a form of bullying right there. That's what you said to me. That you're going to publicly embarrass me. All because you came on Rich Prater's channel and you're in the chat and you claimed that you were a forensics expert in a criminal case that involved a gunshot wound to the head. This is how I met you. This is how I met you in the chat there. And when I saw that, when people come into this thing and they spew like they know something or they've got this qualification that people should listen to them, Darlie's innocent, people should listen to them. So you came in here and said that you already did that. You said that you had, you had been in that case. My first question to you in his chat was, really? Well, what case was that? Because I was interested. I like to talk to people that's been involved in the courts and stuff like that. I like that. This is how I met you. And you said, well, I really can't talk about it. And I said, well, you already have. Then you said you were under a gag order. And I said, well, you've already violated that because you said on the case. You know, a gag order means you don't talk about it at all. Then you finally said, well, I would tell you, but I don't want to get doxxed. That's what you said. Right? You didn't have a problem the other day when Rich said your name, Anna Sullivan. But when somebody asked you a question about you saying that you're in this case, you didn't want to get doxxed. And see, that pissed you off because I kept at you about that because I knew you were lying. I knew you were going to come out here and say, Darlie's innocent, and I'm this criminal expert, and blah, blah, blah. I knew you were lying. So you started out this relationship with the fucking lie. And you want to tell people that these kids are in the ground, not because of the person that put them in there. Right? You want to come and lie and tell us about your expert. That pisses me off, but not that bad. It's just that I know you didn't do that. You know you weren't an expert. You know that. And I know that. And now everybody knows that. Anna Sullivan. Right? There's no reason for nobody to not say your name. We all know that. Most of us know where you live and all that shit. Most of us do. You got friends in our group that you fucked over. So, knowing where you at, it doesn't mean anything, really. It's not a big deal. Who cares? Nobody's going to go down there and bother you over a fucking criminal case, right? Now let's listen to more of this bullshit she's got to say.
And I'm here to just put a stop to it, honestly.
Oh, yeah, you're here to put a stop to it, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's why you said, yeah, call Reach Real World Podcast because some fucking idiot got in your ear and said, hey, maybe you ought to tell him you're talking to Real World Podcast because they got in a fight 5 years ago. So when I got a hold of Rel about you, you're saying that he did this and did that, and you're up under Rel's comments and shit trying to get him. He said, man, I don't even know this bitch. He said, I don't know why she's name dropping me. He said, I don't even know this bitch. He's got a lot of good videos about Darlie. He had 2 videos. He said he sat down with the family and talked to them, and he never did. Never did. That was drawn out. That was me and him fighting. Me and Rel are cool, though. You didn't know that. Just talked to him the other day. You're a dumbass. Yeah, well, I'm going to shout out to Real World Podcast because I'm going to be an adult, and I don't want to be a bully, and I don't want to cause no more arguments. A fucking idiot. You and your buddy, Mystery Maverick. You don't know what scripted drama is in the drama community? That's where I came from. You know what scripted drama is? Well, let me slide up under this guy's video that's calling Brian St. James from West Virginia white supremacist. My name's not St. John, and I'm not from West Virginia. Can't you tell scripted shit? You guys are fucking dumb. You're dumb. You don't know YouTube. You don't know social media.
I think that as adults, we should be able to talk about a true crime case without calling people's employers, trying to get people.
Nobody called. You don't have an employer. Nobody tried to get you. That's shit that's happened to me from Darlie supporters. Nobody's done that to you. Nobody. You can't name it. You're a fucking liar.
Fire, trying to figure out where my kid goes to date.
Nobody cares where your kid. How do you know that somebody's trying to figure that out? What gives you the impression that somebody's trying to figure that out? How would you even know that? If somebody was trying to figure out where your child is going to daycare at, how would you get wind of that? Not only routier expert in the case that you've read out in writing, that I've got it. You said that you were an expert in the Darlie Routier case. Hell, you're selfie.
Care, trying to look through my husband's Instagram, calling my sister multiple times.
How do you try to look through your husband's Instagram? If he has an Instagram, people can see it. How do you try to look through it? You tried to log on and your computer exploded? Instagram is a fucking social media network. Who tried to look at it? I didn't even know he had Instagram. I don't use that shit. So who tries to look at something? Trying to find out. Hey, you keep saying they're trying to do this, they're trying to do that. You don't know. How do you know? What makes you feel that way?
Times harassing my mom and calling her.
Harassing your mom.
Multiple times.
And calling your mom multiple times. I don't know your mom. And if somebody is harassing your mom and calling them, you can get the phone number and call the fucking police on them for doing that. Doesn't she have Alzheimer's? Isn't that something about the Americans with Disabilities Act? That's what you said. Nobody's called your mom 3 times. You're a fucking liar.
Somebody cloned her Facebook profile to see if they could get information from me.
Oh, God. Somebody cloned her mom's Facebook profile. She's not going to be able to ever prove any of what she's saying right here because she is a fucking liar. Just like most all of them Darlie supporters are.
And I don't know what kind of information you guys want. I don't understand like what the end game is here.
The end game is when you tell someone you're going to publicly embarrass them, you don't come back and give advice on how not to bully.
Here for this kind of, I want to say, bullying campaign.
Oh yeah, and you're just poor you, right? So you said that you worked on the Darlie Routier case for 3 years. On February the 14th, or February the 15th, 2024, you posted this. You said you've been on this case for 3 years. And you've never met me? It started because you came in here with a lie. A lie. Well, I'm an expert, so that's why. Tell us what case that you served on. You won't be able to. You said you gave every excuse because you're a fucking liar. You had to put on this big old mask, just like you put all that shit on your face. We've seen what you look like without that shit on your face. You're covering up the fakeness. You're covering up the ugly. That's what you're trying to do right here by playing a victim. Trying to play a victim.
I try to be a voice for people that don't have a voice, and I strongly believe.
Well, Devin and Damon don't have a fucking voice now. Darlie can speak all the lies she wants.
And I've worked with kids that have been bullied when I worked in the psychiatric unit.
You went from being involved, being in a psychiatric unit, in your own words. In your own words, you'd already told people. You were in a psychiatric unit and you were sexually abused in there by a doctor. And then you came out of that and went to work for a psychiatric unit? Don't they vet people that work for psychiatric units?
And, you know, some of these kids go on to unalive themselves. This is very serious. And
if they're actually being bullied. If
as adults, especially mature, older adults, we should all be able to talk about something without having.
You just want to see a mature adult? Go look at the video of this one doing the Anna dance. And in the tub doing TikTok videos talking about being an adult.
This, you know, bullying, and we should.
There's no bullying. There is no bullying. You tried to bully me. You tried to. You still try to. So you don't come into this. You don't come on YouTube talking about how innocent Darlie Routier is and how you're an expert on a case. You don't come in here with bullshit lies and think that you're going to get away with that. That's the same as somebody abusing a child to me. You're not going to get away with that. I'll out you. One way or another. I will hold you accountable for the words you say with the words you say. There's not a fucking thing illegal about that either. Don't come out here with this bullshit. You're a liar.
Should be setting an example for our children.
My children don't have anything to do with my social media life. They don't. They know I like to be on the computer a lot. Your son knows you like to be on a lot, and his dad. Right? Don't they? He's got his little thing going on here. You're sitting in the tub on social media telling us to set an example for our children. Fucking Darlie supporter.
So, first of all, I want to say that this is just a small subset of people. Most of the people that...
Actually, it's a large amount of people that believe that Darlie is guilty. And there's a large amount of people that aren't going to let you come and tell them she's innocent with bullshit fucking lies. That's all you do.
Believe she's guilty. I still have mutual respect with, and I've actually worked on other cases and sent them cases, and we talk about different...
Saying any of the people that we know, because the people on this side, the people in the YouTube, Facebook groups, we know about you. We got your fucking number. Ain't nobody gonna work with you. The shit you pulled off Christy Cooper.
Stuff outside of Darlie, which is what the true crime world should be. We should all be here to find justice and to get people and victims advocacy and let their voices be heard. And that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to be a voice for Darlie.
She's got a voice. Devin and Damon don't.
I do believe she's innocent. If you want to go catch up on that case, you can go watch my Darlie Routier content. So first of all, another thing that there are two main things that have really bothered me. The first is, I'm not going to state any names, but somebody took a inappropriate picture of my...
First of all, how is your child around anybody in an inappropriate situation where they can get a camera and take a picture of them? Are you that fucking dumb?
Child and sent it to a felon.
And sent it to a felon. Well, you have proof of this? No, you don't. Again, who was around your child to take an inappropriate picture of your child and send it to a felon? You should not be on social media at all if people are doing that to your child and sending them to felons. Is Darlie that fucking innocent? If that really happened to you, maybe you should just think about picking your battles, right? Because that didn't happen to you. You can't prove that. You'll never prove anything like that because you're a fucking liar. You're a liar. Nobody did that shit to you. And you're on Reddit. You're on Reddit trying to accuse me of doing that, you fucking bitch. Bullied my ass.
Okay? That's not okay. You guys have tried calling my kids daycare.
All right, how do you try to call a daycare? And oh, this is daycare and text. And then your phone blow up? How do you try to call? Did you come pick up your son and say, hey, somebody tried to call here? Somebody from the Darlie Routier case, guilty side, they tried to call here. It's either you did call or you didn't call. You fucking liar.
Not okay. And I see all of the sock accounts, the fake accounts.
No, you think they're sock accounts and fake accounts, dumbass. That's what you think. I don't have sock accounts. You don't see shit.
Tried to clone my mom's Facebook.
How do you try to clone somebody's Facebook? Are you halfway there and you've almost got it done, but your computer explodes so you couldn't complete the task? How do you try? All these people are trying to do this stuff to her. It's amazing how she knows what people are trying to do.
I see everything that
You don't see a fucking thing. You're stupid.
you guys do. Whether you want to believe that or not, I know everything that goes on. And I've got stacks and stacks and stacks of receipts. And they're
But you're never going to show a single fucking receipt because you're a fucking liar. Look at you looking away. That's called searching in body language and interrogation. You're looking away. You're searching for something else to say. You're even looking downward and away. That's called searching. You're a liar.
are all saved to a hard drive.
Yeah? So, let's see it. Let's see it. If you can show any of this that you're showing, any of this that you're telling, here, lean in real close. If you can show any aspect of what you're saying that people from this side are doing to you in video form with proof, then I'll take down every Darlie Routier video I ever put up and never do another one. That's how confident I am that you're a fucking liar. Nobody's done that shit to you. You started some fucking shit you can't handle, didn't you, bitch? And your fucking old man can't get you out of it.
And is
that why you're on dating sites? Is your marriage that good? And I caught you, and your husband tried to stick up for you, and I caught you? Because you're going to publicly embarrass me, ain't you, bitch?
I want to state that, like I said, I'm not going to state any names, but
And then she goes on to state a name.
I did cover a case of Luke St. John. It was one of my first videos on this TikTok after my first one got.
Oh, let's talk about why. I don't care that she covered my son's case. He killed a child. He's in prison for it. Justice has been served. It does not bother me that she covered his case. That's not what bothers me. The reason she covered the case is because Rich Prater told me, okay? Because I'm not going to let this go any further. But Rich Prater told me that Tara suggested, well, just do a video about his case, maybe his son's case, maybe he'll leave you alone. That came from Rich Prater. He told me that. Okay? So you didn't put my son's case up in the interest of true crime. You put it up as a tactic. And you used that little boy's death, Braden Ferguson's death, as a tactic to get back at me for what my son did. That didn't bother me that you did that. It bothered me that you got it wrong. He was hiding in the closet. No, he wasn't hiding in the closet. I walked him down to the police, dumbass. You should at least look at the paperwork. And when I confronted you on that, I said, that's not the way it happened, blah, blah, blah. And you said, well, I just got it from a newspaper article. But you announced that your kitchen table research, and you do the research so we don't have to. You told me you got it from a newspaper article. So you covered that to be a fucking smartass. Not in the interest of true crime. It was covered very well by I forget their names, but they morbid something. They did a really good video on what happened to Braden, how my son was convicted. They did a great video on that, and I'm up under there giving them props for that. So just you doing a video about my son, it doesn't bother me. You got to look at your motivation and your reason why you did that. You didn't give a fuck about Luke St. John until I called you out on that shit. And why would you cover a case that's justice has been served? I like to cover unsolved shit or people that are trying to lie and say they're innocent when they're not.
Banned. And that is a public story. I mean, that is in the, national news. It's being written about in newspapers, locally, statewide, even national coverage.
Your address is in a public domain. It's right on the internet where you can look it up, and it's there for anybody to see. Ass. You want me to put that out? I know about your grandma's old ass house that you guys got. I know all about that shit. You know right where you're at. But that's public information, right?
So that is a true crime case that's out in the public that can be talked about. Now,
I don't care if you talk about it. What are you going to say? What are you going to say about it? Is there anything about that case that you can say? That he killed this baby. He's serving his time. What are you going to say except for God bless Braden Ferguson? What are you going to say? Or are you going to use Braden Ferguson's death to try and exact revenge on somebody who called you out for being the fucking liar that you are? You're a liar.
Going through people's private stuff and calling employers is
you don't even have a job. Okay, look. If somebody called your employer, like they did that to me. Somebody did that to me. And my employer gave me the tape. And I played it. I still have it. And we caught the person who did it. And it was from another true crime case. That was from, what's her name? Starts with a B. Melissa Bevers. That came from that case. So they actually did, because people were bothering Brandon. These people that felt like Brandon committed the crime, her husband, and I was in contact with him. The people were bothering Brandon, so I told him to leave Brandon alone. He didn't have nothing to do with it when I was running that Missy Bevers group. And they called my work. They sure did. And they gave me, my work gave me the recording. So if whoever's employer got called, they must be a shitty fucking employer. Because mine backed me up.
Totally different thing. Now you're getting into people's private lives.
No. If somebody was actually doing that, you don't have a job.
Affecting their income. You could be affecting their families, their children. And what would Devin and Damon say about this? Do you guys really think that it's justice?
What do you think Devin and Damon would say about that old fucked up ass 911 scenario? What do you think they'd say about that? First of all, they say Sully's a fucking idiot because she's defending my killer.
For them to use my child as a pawn to try and blackmail me? And
oh, holy shit. This fucking piece of shit bitch. You're a fucking liar.
To not doing any more Darlie content?
Nobody cares if you do Darlie content. You can do all the content you want. Just don't get in there and lie and get it wrong. I don't care. I like people that know the case pretty well. I'll tell you what, Kathy Ramsey knows the case pretty well. I don't have no problems with her. You lie.
And trust me, I won't. If you don't want me to do Darlie content, I won't. I could do 5 videos a day for the rest of the year and have plenty of content to cover. I have been working in true crime for 15 years.
True crime no fucker 15 years, you dumb bitch. I've been around that long. You know some of the big contenders. Have you ever been to Crime Con? You ain't been in true crime that fucking long. Fucking liar. Is before or after you got off of heroin?
And one of the reasons I got into true crime is because I am the victim of a crime. Another thing that really upset me was that somebody publicly posted body shaming about me.
Body shaming? When you're dancing around like that, all right, and you got your tits out and you got your arms up in the air and you're showing all that shit, you set yourself up for that shit. Fuck your body shaming. You would be. I can tell that you've got a problem with your body by all this shit that you put on your face. Look at them lips. It looks like somebody punched you in the mouth. You're not happy with what you got.
I don't care. You can body shame me all you want. I love my body. I love my tattoos. I love the way I look.
Yeah, that's why you're trying to cover up the way you look with all that shit on your face.
I have a very strong sense of confidence. So it wasn't necessarily that was bothersome. And those comments are still up, and I'm sure they'll go delete them, but I have them already receipted.
Well, it doesn't matter that I said something to you. I don't care if I said something to you. I don't delete shit just because you call me out on it. I said something about your funky ass fupa hanging down. And then you had to say, they came from having a child and blah, blah, blah. I didn't take that shit down, bitch. I leave my shit up. I don't put something up and then get embarrassed about it and take it down. I don't do that. But I do got about 6 fucking videos on your ass.
That one, so they were making fun of that I was fat. So I do have scars from a C-section.
We didn't say anything about your scars. And that was me that did that.
That I almost died in, and 3 women posted on there after I said I almost died in my C-section, so thank you, I think I earned it, said, LOL, aw, womp womp. Well, maybe if you would have died, you would have known what it's like to be Devin or Damon.
If you die, you don't know what it's like to be anybody. And listen to that shit that you just said right there.
That is so inappropriate. Why are you trying to tell an innocent woman that she should have died in childbirth? And for what reason?
Oh, I know I told you that. I don't believe that. I don't believe anybody did that. But I did make some fun of her. I was making jokes about her fupa. And I'm sorry, when you get out there and you're as old as you are and you're dancing around like these teenagers in here, and you're not built like one anymore, and shit's just kind of flopping around, hanging, it sounds like somebody threw a fish on the floor and it's flopping around, then you're going to get ridiculed for it. I would. I get ridiculed for just sitting here. I don't give a fuck. It's part of social media.
Like, what do you guys have against me?
You're a lying fucking cunt. That's what I have against you. You lie on this case. You came in with a lie. Everybody go check out Real World Podcast. I called in right away. Who's this bitch throwing your name out here like this? He went like, I don't know that bitch. Fucking chicken head.
I've put my credentials out there.
You have never put your credentials out there. If you were afraid of being, like you told me you couldn't tell what case it was that you served as a expert witness in because you didn't want to be doxxed. Now, what is it? You don't want to be doxxed, or you're putting your credentials out there for everybody. Your credentials will have your name on them. And sometimes an address behind it.
I've put my degree out there.
I haven't seen any degree. Doesn't mean she doesn't have one, but I haven't seen it. And if you put it out there, you're doxing yourself.
I've put pictures of me working in the medical examiner's
I have not seen that.
office out there. I don't understand what.
You didn't work in a medical examiner's office. You told people on Reddit you went and picked up dead bodies.
What the
I say I know a little bit about that because I clean up after crime scenes.
purpose of this is. So yes, using pictures of my child and sending them publicly to a felon.
Wait a minute. And now, you said it was an inappropriate picture of your child. Okay? How does somebody get their hands on an inappropriate picture of your child? Who took that picture? Did you take that inappropriate picture? Or are you saying that one of the supporters of Darlie's conviction took an inappropriate picture of your child?
And also, wishing unaliving on me.
Nobody wished unaliving on you. It's not that serious. Look at that fake ass face. Nobody wants her dead.
During the birth of my child,
Oh, I never said that, so she knows. I didn't see that conversation. She was talking about 3 women. I don't know who did that.
my husband would be left to raise a child without me. Do you really think that's justice for Devin and Damon? I mean, what is going on here? So I just want you guys to know that I have everything.
You have nothing. Nothing, dumb bitch.
Have an entire flash drive that has been handed over to the police.
The ones that I called down there about? Called down there and check up on you. They don't know nothing about me, so I ain't worried about it.
And they are pursuing this case. And
There we go. 2/15/24. It's another one. I called the police and they're starting some bullshit. Put that video up of his son. He won't like that.
And if I don't want to press charges, they sure can.
No, there are no charges, you dumb bitch. There are no fucking charges. You're a fucking liar.
So I'm giving out a blanket warning. Everyone from my group, my side, and I don't want to say their sides or anything like
Our sides.
that, because this should just be a case that people can talk about.
The very first thing that she started out with is, well, I know there's 2 sides. And then she comes back later, I don't want to say their side.
But the group of people that I most do my work with in this case have all agreed there will be no more responses, no more posting back, nothing. It's done. It's a truce. No more calling employers. Like, our side has
Nobody called a fucking employer. That's the oldest fucking trip in the book. You're a dumb bitch.
not done stuff like that before. And I just, like, what is the end game? Like, do you want people fired? Do you want people to die in childbirth, yet you say that you stand for justice? I mean, it's just wacky. Like, make it make sense. So, like I said, I try to be the voice of people that have been victims of true crime. And so I try and be a voice
For Devin and Damon?
for Darlie. I try and be a voice for Carrie Max and LGBTQ rights and people of color and Black Lives Matter. I think all of that is really important topics. And
You know what else is real important? People that are convicted of a crime and they're in there doing their time. They're not blaming anyone else. They're not saying that they didn't do it. They've accepted the responsibility of what they've done. Those people deserve to be left the fuck alone too, don't they?
you know, a lot of those people in those groups get bullied. They do not get treated equally in our justice system. And so I try and be a voice for them since I was a victim of crime myself. And I'm going to leave this video up for 24 hours. So since you're all so obsessed with me and want to look at all my private
Nobody's obsessed with you. Okay? And you want to talk about all your private pictures. You looked up my police record, you dumb bitch. You looked up all kinds of shit about me, you fucking whore.
Facebook and find out all this information about me, you know what? Go ahead. Ask me any question.
Okay. Here's the question. And I've got it. I've got your your comments in from the chat of Rich's. I find it very interesting that you've worked in the forensic field and for the medical examiner. And when you told me that you served as an expert witness on a true crime case, right? I was interested in that. I expected you to say, well, it was this case right here and right there. And I would go check that out and I would have respected that. But you lied and you circled about it. So there's the question I've got for you. What case was it? And don't give us it's under a gag order because it's closed.
me anything. If I can legally answer it, I will. Why are you so obsessed with me and what do you want to know?
Well, I wasn't so obsessed with you that I'd put up a video about shit that happened in your family. You did. You did that to me. Think that's funny? He was hiding in a closet and look at this guy here. Think that's funny? That's still my son. But You got to take what you say for a grain of salt. You put up a video about my son, but there's another one out there that's got 500,000 views on it, and those people didn't get any gruff from me at all. And they put that story out there exactly the way it happened. They didn't get any gruff from me, so why would you? You put it up to be a fucking cunt.
So moving on from that, I am dropping Darlie 8 on my podcast, Kitchen Table Research, on Sunday. It would be episode 8 of the Darlie Routier series. You can find Kitchen Table Research on Apple, Spotify, anywhere that you listen to podcasts. And the next I'm dropping is I'm going to throw a little spooky into my Valentine's, and we are going to repost a Halloween video that got deleted, a cosplay that got deleted when my first page got deleted. So then after that, this weekend and early next week, I will be covering the cases of Sandy Ray and Peggy McGuire. I hope you guys have an amazing day. Stay safe out there. Again, come on, guys. Let's end the bullying. Call a truce. Cut it out. This is inappropriate. Let's be better than this.
I'm going to publicly embarrass you. You're a fucking lying bitch. If you go up, I'm telling you, when you go up on that panel and you spew more lies over on Riches, I've got 6 videos that I've already put up once. I took them down. I've still got them. 6 videos of every fucking thing you said under Hell My Selfie. Everything. The internet doesn't lie, and it's forever. So just watch lying about the case, and then you won't get fucked with. You lie about people. These people are calling work. Whose work? Whose work? Diana Loman Patterson, right? I called her. She made this comment. Oh, well, people think that they can just live off the state and sit on the internet and talk about Darlie. Talk about living on the state. Because I was talking about my Social Security disability that I get because I can't work like I used to. I still work. So I messaged her and I said, hey, nobody lives off the state. If you got something to say to me, you can just message me. Nobody's living off the state. That's all I said to her. Ask her to show you my message. And I seen her over there telling you guys, oh, I had to call the police on him. He threatened me. He did this and he did that. And Danelle, I had to call the police on him. He threatened me. And I had to call the police on him and he threatened me. And there's been people before you that have done this, right? It's like every year somebody's calling the cops on me. Darlie Key was the first one to start it, and they fucking laughed at her because I'm not doing anything wrong. You come on here fucking lying. You come on here lying. And you get exposed. I'm a fucking master at it. You better ask somebody.